Okay. So,
Go on.
like I was saying about writing the letter, that's important that we write the letter. I want to thank you for allowing me to um, share this with those on Facebook. Thank you for allowing me to do that. For those of you that are chiming in, that will chime in, I'm actually Skyping with a young lady from Kenya. So I just wanted to
Yes.
encourage her as well as encourage those who follow and who's watching.
Yes.
Um, I'm speaking
Yes.
to her. She lost her husband recently, so I'm speaking to her about that. So if you've lost a loved one and you want to watch, please share and you may be encouraged in this video. So if you're just getting in, I was expressing to her that it's important that she write a letter to her deceased husband. So if you lost a loved one, you write them a letter and express how you feel. Also, being that you have children, it's important that we allow them to grieve, because sometimes we forget about the little people, we forget about the kids.
Yes.
We are too involved in our own grief, and so it's important that we allow our children to grieve. That's one thing I did not do. When my son would talk to me about his father, I would feel a certain kind of way, so I would stop him. So if I'm cook, but I remember cooking one day, and my son came up to me and he was like, "Daddy did, Daddy that," and I'm like, "No." I cut it off and I went upstairs and I started crying upstairs. What I should have done was allow him to speak on his father and cry in front of him. Allow him to see me cry, to see that I miss his father as well as he miss him. I'm sad. This hurts me too. And when I did, by me doing that, it didn't give my son permission to grieve. And we want to give our children permission to grieve. We want to be hard. We want to put this shell on when we're grieving. And we so used to when we go out to the real world, we want to act like everything's okay. How you doing? I'm good. No, you're not. You ain't good at all. But when we come home, we need to show our children, our loved ones, the real deal. They need to know how we really, really feel. I'm hurting. I miss my husband. So I wish I would have showed my son that kind of grief. I wish I would have allowed him to grieve his father, and I didn't. And so he around me, he wasn't able to talk to me about his father, because when he would, I would cut him off. So for you, give your children some time to talk about their dad. Maybe take some time out, take them to dinner separately, or spend time with them separately, and allow them to express their feelings about their father. If you get teary eyed, make sure you cry. Let them see you cry. Let them see you grieve. Don't try to be tough and hold it in, because we're human. You're supposed to
Yes.
cry. You miss him. That's your husband. That's okay. Secondly, if you have younger children, get them into the school guidance counselor. Do you have one? Okay. Make sure you go and you talk to the school guidance counselor, and you say to them, "My son, my daughter lost their father. I'm not saying give them special attention, but understand that they're going to need some type of attention." And I say
Okay.
that because we don't want to take our children out of school to go to counseling unless it's really, really, really necessary. When my son was going to counseling, the days I would take him out of school was the wrong time. When I would take him out, he was having fun in school and he didn't want to get out. It's like, I'm not ready to go. So when he would go to counseling, he would sit there for 1 hour and not say one word. Versus if he's in school, his guidance counselor, he's acquainted with his guidance counselor.
Okay.
He or she can go to them and say, "I'm not having a good day. I miss my daddy." Because my son struggled a lot in school because his friends had their fathers. Their fathers were active. They talked about their fathers. So your daughter may go to school and hear about people talking about their daddy. It's going to affect her. So get acquainted with your guidance counselor at the school, so that your daughter will have a place to go when she's grieving in school, depending on what's going on. You never know. Um, and I'm going to say one more thing, and I'm going to get off live with them, but I'm going to stay on with you. Last thing is, we have to keep it real with our family and friends, because honestly, they really don't know what we're going through. Even especially when they see us, and every time they see us, we look good, we're smiling, we good, and that's what they think. If you
Yeah.
trust
Sure.
them, if you trust them, you let them know, "I'm not good. Today is not a good day. I miss my husband. I'm mad as heck. These kids is
Okay.
cutting up." Be real with them, so they can sense it take it in a little bit and say, okay, this is serious. Her losing her husband is really serious, because I didn't do that. So everybody thought I was good. When my husband died, they thought I was cool. She good. She looked good. I was not good. I was not cool. So just keep it real with those people you trust. Now, the real world, forget them. They don't care anyway. But the people that you trust, keep it real with them about your grief, so that they can respect your grief and respect you when you're grieving.
Thank you. Thank you, dear.